record on this computer. Cool.
Hi,
Liz.
Maggie.
How long has it been since we've seen each other? Like actually seen
Like
each
months.
other?
Like
Yeah.
months.
I think it was the day that Super M came out. Was it their day of their comeback? Did we go to Target that day?
I think so. Yeah, we did.
Man,
we
it's been
did. We
months.
planned to go to Target that day. It's been a long time, man.
I haven't even seen your new tattoo, man. Flash that up.
Which one?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's position. Hopefully my computer doesn't fall. This is my little hockey
Yes.
boys.
Yeah.
And then, view. We came and see
Kaboo!
Spider-Man. My Spider-Man dinosaur. Crushing it.
So we both have matching Julius on the forearm tattoos.
Crushing it.
Yeah, we are. Our same artist did both of ours on our forearms there. We've only seen each other since quarantine started twice.
It's
Two
true.
times since March.
I know.
It's awful.
It's so sad.
I know. Just because our bubbles are so different, and Liz has, family. I have family. It's been a wild couple months, man.
Yeah, it's
wild.
stupid.
Super stupid.
Eventually, we'll keep existing, and then we'll rejoin eventually.
Yeah, we will, and it'll be fine. But I mean, the more that we kind of just slogged through this year, the more it became so apparent that what we couldn't do was really film. You're in school full time. I've got a full-time job, and I think what some people may know, some people might not know, I did have COVID earlier this year. It was not the most fun thing I've ever done in my life, and I sure as hell don't want to get it again ever. So I think I'm being I don't know if I'm being overly cautious, you know what I mean? Like, I look at choices other people have made and going out and stuff, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. I don't know, sometimes I feel like I'm being a little too cautious. But then every time I feel like that, I get a phone call that a friend of mine is sick, or a friend has died, and it's like, what do you do,
Gotta be safe, man. That's all you can do, really.
Well, it just sucks. I mean, to not be able to see your best friend, who on a good day lives 5 minutes away, and on a traffic day lives 7.5 minutes away. It's awful,
Yeah, it sucks. That makes you realize how small your world is when it has to be. But I mean, again, you gotta be safe. I don't really do a whole lot anymore either, besides go to work, really. So.
Well, we both have had a pretty tough year. We've, had deaths in the families. There's been a lot of illness. There's been a lot of tragedy. I mean, for a couple of Mondays in a row, when I say tragic Mondays, it was, I don't even know what we did to piss off the Lord, but I think there were 4 Mondays that every Monday was just something catastrophic happened. And at the end of it, Liz just turned to me and she was like, we're done with Mondays. I'm canceling Mondays. And I was like, this is valid, Elizabeth.
Put our cancel culture to good use. That's the only time it's okay.
Geez, right? Cancel the tragic Mondays, please.
Over it, man.
I've missed our Misfit Family.
So have I.
It's hard when, for me, I didn't, and I still will get super fatigued, and I still have some symptoms from COVID that are longstanding, nothing major, but it's most fatigue, and I'm having some pain issues. But to not have the energy to do anything except move from my office to my bed, maybe sometimes feeding myself, has been my reality for most of the year. And I'm sure, you get that.
I do. Yeah, man, it's been tiring. It's been a tiring couple months.
But do you feel I don't know if I feel like this, but maybe you do too. It was there's the before time, right? The before times, as I call them. which is all the times before the quarantine. And then there's this time, which is post-quarantine. And this is like the weirdest time frame where it's been 8 million years, but also 1 week. Like time, what is time? Like,
yeah, we don't know what that is. We don't know her.
And
time is a construct.
We were literally on a plane 2 weeks before during the before time, before quarantine.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, seeing Super M in San Jose. And I keep saying, and we both keep saying this, if there's one show that would be our last show, we're glad it's that show, because it was so spectacular. We got to see legends, but I hope it's not our last show.
I hope so too, but Sanford Gumby, man, always flexible.
Yeah. And I've picked up some new COVID hobbies, nail art. I do nail art now. There's nothing arty going on today except for things. I have learned how to cut my own hair and dye my own hair. Well, I knew how to do some of it, but using the razor for the first time was super scary. Yeah.
I don't really have many new hobbies. I just went back to school. I mean, that's not that that's, a minor undertaking, but yeah, it's not a hobby.
No. And I mean,
not a good time.
That also busts into our whole not having time for hardly anything but breathing. And then trying to figure out how to film videos together like this while trying to work the video. It was so hard. And just something that wasn't really that for us.
And it wasn't really fun.
No, it wasn't fun. And we always said we aren't going to do this anymore when it's not fun, and it's not fun anymore. Because I can't see you, and that's what made it fun, right? I mean,
it's just like hangout sessions.
Yeah, I think. I mean, and as you guys have seen now, we've privated the videos. And that has a lot to do with, sorry, I got something in my eye.
Unacceptable. Figured out.
I know.
Unacceptable. Figured out.
But really, what the hell? Oh, it was a hair. Neat. So the privating of the videos has a lot to do with kind of the awakening Liz and I have both had over the last, I would say, year and a half, maybe ish, but really ramped up this year for me, I guess.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
It started with just kind of, we've grown a lot in a lot of different ways, and have, honestly, the people we are now are very different than the people we were
3 years
6 months ago.
Yeah, too.
Yeah, 3 years ago, 6 months ago. So having to deal with that change has been kind of, I think, for me, what started this conversation. And then it just grew into more things.
And I think it's super important that we were able to have this conversation together, to have the time to have these conversations and figure out not only what we wanted to do, but who we are and who we really are, because you guys have seen slices of us, and we have been authentic in a lot of ways. And I think that there were times when you could see those pieces, but that authenticity means that we also have a responsibility, you know what I mean? And we were uncomfortable with who we were online, I guess. Is that a good way to say that? We were uncomfortable with who we became online.
Yeah, because in reality, neither of us are that's not how we are in real life at all, pretty much, anymore.
The two things I think we were the most uncomfortable with were the fact that we perpetuated and honed kind of a culture of I guess fetishization of these guys in an unhealthy way, instead of just, hey, they're good looking. It really did sometimes it crossed the line a lot of times, I think. That's something I struggled with. Some of our most funny videos are, to me, the most problematic ones.
Yeah, I would agree. And it's like, I don't want to be dehumanized like that, so I don't like that I would dehumanize anybody like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, at the time, it wasn't anything, you thought about, but that also speaks to the immaturity of me then. So it's time to like be mature and not, you know, own your choices and own what you did, and that's kind of where we're at right now.
And I love that I haven't felt alone on this journey of discovery of myself, because I feel like you and I have been pretty in step the whole time in these like discoveries, challenging
Right.
each other to be a better person, challenging each other. Well, why do you think that way? Is that correct that we do these things, Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I think part of it too, some of our videos, just kind of going back and looking through, were undertones with some racism, and that's not okay, and that's not cool, and that's why we took them all down. We privated them all because of the even outside chance that somebody may see them and see any type of bias, racism, microaggression, anything that you and I had done that's not who we are today. We are both growing exponentially, learning, educating ourselves, interacting with different communities. I've become a strong activist over the last couple of months. I can't go out and march in the streets, but I've been doing a whole lot from my house, learning about that. And yeah, that was really, I struggle with that. I struggle with leaving these videos up knowing that some of them might have the undercurrent of racism from you and me.
And it's like, it's not, and I want to be clear that like, it's not necessarily meaning that we are, trying intentionally perpetuating these things, but like sometimes things are so ingrained in your society, in your culture, that until you actively take a step back and actually like examine what you're doing, that you don't realize how this has become such a social norm.
Yeah.
And it probably shouldn't be. Like we were talking and you had said something about like if any male was to talk about a female the way that we talk in some of these videos, that it would be like instantly like, you're canceled, you're gross, whatever. And the double standard needs to not be there, because I think everyone should be held to that same standard of not objectifying people and objectifying, whether it be race, gender, sex, whatever, any of it. It all should be like respected, and I feel like we weren't very respectful of a lot of things. And I mean, that was a hard reality to come to, but you can't change it. So all you can do is own it and be better. And that's kind of what we're trying to do here.
Yeah. And we are so sorry. Sorry doesn't make it better.
But
change makes it better. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Change is what makes it better. You know what I mean? And not doing it again, and finding ways to make it better. Yeah, I'm almost like in tears. Sorry won't make this better. And we really want to take full accountability and responsibility for what this means, and for what we've done. At the same time, there are a lot of things that we're super proud of. We're proud that so many people came to our channel and found friendship, and you found each other and found us, and that we love you and you love us.
And that we could make you smile or bring brightness to your day or something like that. Yeah. So it's not all bad. In fact, it's mostly all good, but
absolutely,
the bad is just one of those bad that kind of like scratches at you.
Yeah. The bad is bad enough that it's not a we bad, it's a societal bad that we cannot be a part of. in the person I am today, if I had run across our channel, I wouldn't have liked our channel.
I probably wouldn't have either
3 years ago, but I sure wouldn't now. And I don't feel guilty about it. I feel like we need, and we are, just taking the accountability for how we acted, and saying we're sorry for anybody that we hurt. There's no excuse. There's no I'm sorry, but we are just sorry.
Yeah, there's definitely no but. It definitely is just a sorry for it, all of it. Because I don't want to say like specific things because there's so many.
Yeah.
It's just an overall like overarching daisy of apology.
Yeah, these are the two things that we've really recognized, and those are the reasons we've privated the videos. If at some point, we have a total of 316 videos on this channel. I don't have the energy to go through 316 videos right now and try to figure out which ones are not problematic. So it's likely that our videos are going to stay privated. I would say 99.9% of that will be a likelihood.
I think that might be for the better anyway, so.
Yeah. It's time probably for us to move on. We can't even get together and film, so. And your life is busy, my life is busy.
And it became too stressful that like the only time we were, like when we would have the time to hang out, we never even talked about filming because we never see each other. So it became something that we just didn't want to do anymore. Which sounds weird, but I mean,
yeah.
If you're being honest, you're being honest, right?
Well, we're being honest. It has nothing to do with the music, the groups, our Misfit fam. It had everything to do with the fact that all we wanted to do was spend time with each other. Like, that's all we wanted, and it's still all I want. Sorry. I get sad because I can't see you.
We don't apologize for feelings in this house.
It's been really hard.
It is.
So when we don't know when we're going to be able to see each other, it's just kind of rough to try to film. And to be honest, I was not feeling good. Every time we'd sit down to film, I would feel like all I wanted to do was hang out. That was the before times when we were sitting down and filming. I was having struggles filming just because of where my mind was at and the things we've talked about prior to this.
And it's, to be completely frank, I am personally not willing to let our friendship suffer just to film videos, because at that point we're not connecting with you anymore. You're not connecting with us anymore. It's literally just like showing up to a job you hate and waiting for it to be over.
And that's kind of how it felt. It's not that we hated you guys. It was that we hated having to film and not being friends.
So at a certain point, we had to have a lot of conversations about like priorities and how our friendship needed to come first, because it had gotten to a place where it wasn't anymore. And that was really hard, especially once, the now time happened. And then it turns out you have once every 9 weeks to do something. And it's not, I personally like to keep some of our personal life, ours, just because, you guys can't be there, and that's unfortunate because, it's a party, but, sometimes things just need to be respected, and sometimes relationships need to be that, and you have to make the tough decisions to do that. Like this video, like deciding to take ownership of things you don't want to take ownership of, or that you're sad you have to take ownership of, but you have to because that's the only way you get better. Deciding to kind of just be friends is how our friendship got better.
Mm-hmm. What I'm looking forward to, like, this is what will mark the time in our friendship where it's just us. and that's just us for the first time. I'm really excited about that, to be that, to just be friends and not have to be friends, but in the now times. And I'm on Twitter as much as I can be. If you don't follow me, send me a request if you want to hang out. But yeah, and that's why we're shutting down. We love you guys, and you guys have provided so much care, comfort, pure love, joy, laughs. I mean, there are no words for how grateful I am for you guys.
Misfit Family was one of the few things that I'll look back on and have nothing but fond memories of. There was never a down point.
Yeah, you're right.
And in reality, it's like we're ourselves are not going anywhere. It's just the channel might.
The channel is.
Yes.
This channel is. So yeah, while it's hard for us to take responsibility for things that we've done that we're not proud of, I'm glad we're speaking out on it and not just ghosting the channel.
I agree. It gives people closure too. We're not like abandoning anybody. But we're in a time where real life things require a lot of attention and effort to maintain. And you have to, I know my energy is very, very limited. So I have to be very, right? We don't know her. So I have to be picky about, not picky, but I have to be selective of where I put the energy because it doesn't come back anymore.
Yes.
So it's just a logistics issue. There's nothing more to give because there's nothing left, It's all poof.
It's all poof. But it has been a ride, and it's been phenomenal.
It's been amazing.
And healed my heart when it could have broken several times. For those of you asking, just as a kind of by the way, my friend Chris, who had the kidney thing going on, he had found a donor, had his kidney surgery, and is doing great. He's probably healthier than I am at this point. God bless him. But yeah, he's doing great. Thank you all for all of your thoughts. We're not like disappearing from life. We just need to have our lives, which we're excited for.
It's a new time, a new adventure.
New time, new adventure. Well, I want to say thank you to everybody who's ever spent any time with us, who's ever watched with us, laughed with us, cried with us, anything. We love you and thank you for sharing the last 3 years with us. It's been almost 3 years exactly since I started the channel. I think that's a good run, man.
I would agree. And I would like to say thank you as well, because through the channel, I got to grow a lot as a person. Our friendship got to grow into a magical rainbow flower of disaster and happiness.
Oh my goodness.
And I really don't think I would be where I am now if it wasn't for you, our Misfit Fam, and the channel. So I really am in debt to everybody. And yeah, nothing but happy memories and love from this side of the webcam.
Oh yeah.
And it was really fun.
It was amazing. And we are blessed for every single one of you. So thank you.
Yeah. The hell of a ride, man.
Hell of a ride. All right, Misfit Fam, be good to each other. Be kind to each other. We love you very much.
Stay safe and try your best in the now time, because the now time is very hard.
Hold on to each other and find your stability where you can, and be gentle with yourselves.
Oh, that's the big one. Yes. Yeah. Do the best you can.
All right, we love you.
All of the love, my fans.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.